Hey, so this is the first time ever this just happened randomly. So my boy just hit us up and said, hey, here's some pictures. My boy's picking up his car from storage. It's been sitting there for like decades. Talk to me.
Me and Tony, we came up here to pick this car up that's been in storage for about 14 years. So it's been sitting, hasn't been running or anything like that, and we just came and picked it up. And I was actually going to have it flatbedded back to my place, and Tony was like, well,
you're like 100 miles from here, right?
No, Vallejo, which is
You're Vallejo,
50,
okay, yeah,
50 miles
50,
or so.
yeah.
So he's like, well, why not take it over to Jason's over here, Gearhead garage? So I was like, well, you know what, the brake's locked up, so I wasn't going to drive it home. I was like, I was going to take it home and work on it myself, but then, you know, things happen, and if I brought this home with me, it probably wouldn't get done.
Right? No,
so
right?
I was like, you know what, for me to have it done, someone else has got to do it. So.
But when you went there and fired up?
It took a little while.
Yeah.
I had to shoot a lot. I had to replace the battery.
Right.
Shot the carb with some,
yeah.
cleaner and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And after about the third try, it just fired right up.
Sick. So it ran when you parked it, right? So normally that means it'll run when
Yeah. Drove it to its location and it's
sick. It's all open when it's not running now too.
Yeah.
So that's the real deal, huh?
Yeah,
you said what, like 1 in 900 or something?
900 built, and I actually came across this car. This wasn't what I was looking for, but a friend of mine.
They never are, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
A friend of mine in high school had bought this back in 1980, and back in the day we used to drag.
Well, that feels like yesterday, but that's like 44 years,
45 years ago. Huh? Yeah.
Okay. So, sorry, I digress.
Back in
you're old too. Yeah. And probably you that's watching also. Yeah. Maybe you might be young.
Yeah, back in the day in San Francisco, we used to drag race a lot on the streets.
Yeah, buddy.
And this car, we had a hard time.
Did you guys do Brotherhood and Cargo and all that stuff back then?
Great Highway. Brotherhood.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it.
So,
I love it. Right.
And this guy, he had plans for it, but none of us had ever seen a car like this before. When he bought it.
When he sent some pictures, I was like, oh, okay, cool, Cutlass, whatever. And then I was like, oh, stop already.
So
he started showing the his and hers and the.
And we were all Chevy guys and Ford guys, and then this was an Oldsmobile, so we thought it was a 442.
Yeah.
But we never saw the graphics like this.
Right.
And we were just saying, who would customize a car?
I know,
like
right?
this?
I know, look, right? Like, I mean, seriously.
Big old
let's put a big,
mailbox,
like, this was, I think one of the few videos I've done was like, don't add a hood scoop. Don't do this, but this is like, bro, that's real stuff right there. It looks mad too. It's all
got
right,
a big old wing in the back.
Dude.
It's got funky gold stripes on it.
I love what you sent me too. I saw the and feel free to keep telling me the story about the car. I'm dying because you got, dude, this kills me because I grew up in San Francisco and I think you said the car comes from the city.
Yeah.
This dates it to me 80s, 90s. Like, I know it's sacrilege. We're not supposed to cut the dash, but bro, look at the Kenwood EQ and the deck. This is like a time capsule. The aftermarket air, I mean, it's sick.
It's original.
That's so sick.
Original custom stereo.
Yeah, so you were saying to like you hit up the dudes at about the what do they do for Hurst for Olds? They do like Pontiac has a historical society or whatever, but you went to like check in on its authenticity or whatever.
Yeah,
what's up with that?
Someone had told me that there's a registry, so I looked them up online and I called and I talked to the president. I forget what his name is, but he wanted to verify it was a real Hurst Olds.
Okay.
So he asked for the VIN number, the transmission tag.
Feel free to walk the car too, because you can actually hear us, I think, right? We're all newbies to this. We're on mic even, so bear with us, y'all.
So basically wanted those couple items and said, yeah, let me do the research and I'll get back to you. And a couple of days later, he calls me back and says, hey, we can work on this car. And I'm like, well, how do you have paperwork?
Right, I don't have it.
So what they did was they went through the archives and dug up all the...
So they still have all that?
They still have all that. They got the
sick,
contract that sent this car from Oldsmobile.
Wow, they just gave me a chill, for real. Like, that's so cool. Wow, no joke. That's so sick. Because I think it's like GM maybe lost like a lot of their registry numbers. I think there was a big fire. I know if you're a Mustang guy, you can do what they call like a Margie report, and I know Pontiac has the PHS. So I have this conversation all the time with customers because we do so many kind of modified cars over here. And the question is like, oh, well, the only cars that are worth money are rare ones and for pedigree and desirable. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but are they rare and are they desirable, right? So, like, I'd rather a car that I could drive. And so this car, to me, kills it because it's twofold. One, it's rare and pedigree. And two, we get to get into the combo about drive it.
Yep.
So you said it just sat for, what, hella long, right?
Well, it sat for about 14 years, and
just
prior
happens
prior
and you
to
weren't worried
that,
about
it
or?
probably sat for another 14 years. So this car was probably just stored probably 30 years of its life.
That's crazy, dude. That's
What I was-
Fired right
So
up.
that's legit barn find. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got all your markings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's aftermarket. All right, we won't ding you, right? This will be sick.
Well, this is history. It's rolling history, and I think
Yeah.
people, I mean, I think this car deserves, some recognition. To just drive it around, cruise it around, and I mean, I would be afraid to drive this car every day, obviously, because you don't want to wreck it.
It's funny because I was talking recently with my wife. I was like, bro, just insure it and you're fine. Like, drive it.
It's with
Like,
Haggerty right
and they're
now,
fixable, so insure it, right? Which is straight. But I'd be a little worried, right? You got to
I
drive
would
it.
be
I don't know.
worried.
Trust yourself. But
Everybody's doing this. They're
Yeah.
messing with the phones and
oh my
stuff.
god, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
For
And all
sure.
it takes is 1 second of inattention and you're T-bone.
Well, and you're smart. That's why you're here. You're like, dude, I got it to run, but the brakes are acting funky.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
it was
could
funky.
mob 50 miles, but I see traffic right there at the freeway. Like, I don't know. I don't want
that
anything
wouldn't
to
be
happen.
good
No, not at
For
all.
sure.
Yeah.
And
So-
the story today too was.
I was just gonna
we-
ask you. So I heard you. You had to order a tow truck to get it here, which I think you got pictures of.
Yeah, yeah, we got
But
pictures.
I want to hear the beginning of the story. Like,
beginning
you guys are soldiers.
The
by
beginning
way.
of the story is this cameraman here took the day off, hoping that I'd be able to come up with my buddy Greg and see this car for the first time, and he
So,
actually on his way
I
from
went to pick
Vallejo.
up Tony in my El Camino because I was going to pick up a couple of transmissions
Yeah.
also. So on the way over to Tony's house, the car started sputtering. And right when I got to his exit, the car shut down on me. So I had to get that car in a tow truck and bring it out to a mechanic out in Novato. So, tow number 2, we finally get up here to Sacramento.
Are they both AAA? You
and
might need a
call
whole new.
AAA
Yeah.
again, and we got this
Yeah.
car on a flatbed and come over to Gearhead garage.
Oh my god! So shout out to AAA and shout out to our boy here.
Yeah,
that had a shop
yeah,
to get
cameraman.
both cars to. Dude, I'm
Good
stoked
job.
to try to get into this thing. Like we'll take some video of it as we get into it.
Yeah,
we'll
document everything.
grab you leaning out of here, and bro, I'm excited to be a part of this. Like,
Of course.
this is what gets us into these cars. Like,
Very
it's
cool.
Like,
I
it's
say-
exciting. It's not even my car, and I'm excited.
Of course,
You know what
I
mean?
say start it up. I mean, let the
Yeah,
viewers
I want to hear this. I want to hear this old. I haven't run in forever. Girl, run. When you got it off the tow truck, bro, I didn't even know it was running because it was so quiet. I thought that was like his PTO or something.
Well-
Completely bone stop. The buzzer.
That's another.
The flap closed when you hit the gas. Yeah.
Did you hear me at the beginning of the video? I was like, it's open because I saw it closed when it was running before because it's supposed to.
And then the markings on the
good.
firewall is
I
all
love that shit.
factory, you know.
Dude, and then bam, that's why you got that air cleaner because
That's right.
I like this too.
Yeah. I had it in the car show about 15 years ago.
Been a minute. Like it.
Original dirt.
Hey, thanks for bringing it to the shop.
Jason, thank
Yeah,
you
man,
for
let's
putting
see,
the time
let's see what
into
we
it,
can do to
man.
get her running and get her alive again. That's all right. She's a little wiggly. Rare. Hey, I'm getting old too. I'm a little wiggly. We all are a little, man. There's no front here. That's real stuff right there.
That's real stuff.
Oh, we got to do one last thing for those that do care. Some of you guys are going to hate it, but I was joking about that stereo in the dash earlier.
Oh, of course, the grand
Some of
finale.
you guys are our age. I mean, I graduated high school.
There could be stuff in
the
there.
90s, right? So
I'm not
hopefully
sure.
there's not a dead body in here.
What?
Well, that's how it was done. I guarantee you I could see from the back those are Sherwin Vega red
What?
lines, right? Free air. They probably need reconed, I see. Oh, yeah. But that's how it was done.
You're looking at like a 35-plus-year-old system.
So sick.
Right there.
And
might be 40 years.
And born and raised, sold in the city originally, and
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just
It
put
was
the
a
tags
dealership.
on it to get it towed here. It
Yeah.
had what,
Last
2000,
tag was 2011.
2011,
Okay.
and he just put it. We didn't even know we were coming here.
Hey, thank you too
Yeah,
for
of course.
working us out. Let's do this.
Thanks for being available.
Right on, right on.
Well, here we are, end of the week, and my man's out on a test drive. So we did brake wheel cylinders, oil change, tranny fluid, tranny seal.
It's like a Cadillac.
Does it run well?
Yeah.
I love it. Brakes work, she's smashing. I love it.
Man, I love it.
On the road again.
I like what you said too, because I thought about washing it
Yeah.
and getting the dirt off it, and you're like, nope, I like it dirty right now.
Yeah. Original dirt.
Right on.
Original story. So.
Well, good. Hey, man. Glad to see us rolling.
Dude, I totally appreciate
Yeah,
what
for sure.
all your work here.